Hi everyone. In this video, we'll study some more important questions related to coding guidelines. This will be part 2. To check videos on coding guidelines, check the playlist CPC exam coding guidelines. So let's start. First question. Anesthesia service includes the following care. Option A, preoperative, intraoperative. Option B, preoperative, intraoperative, postoperative. Option C, intraoperative, postoperative. Option D, preoperative, postoperative. So the right answer is option B, preoperative, intraoperative and postoperative. In your CPC book under anesthesia guidelines, second paragraph, they have mentioned these services include the usual preoperative and postoperative visits and the anesthesia care during the procedure. So it will be preoperative, intraoperative and postoperative. The right answer is option B. Next question, which of the following statements is true regarding sequencing of external cause codes? Option A, external cause codes for place of occurrence take priority over all other external cause codes. Option B, external cause codes for medical history take priority over all other external cause codes. Option C, external cause codes identify screening exam as the reason for encounter take priority over all other external cause codes. Option D, external cause codes for transport accidents take priority over all other external cause codes except cataclysmic events and child and adult abuse and terrorism. You'll find the answer for this under Chapter 20 External Causes of Morbidity in your ICD book. Under subheading F Multiple External Cause Coding Guidelines, you will find they have mentioned external cause codes for transport accidents take priority over all other external cause codes except child and adult abuse and terrorism. So the right answer will be option D. Next question. A 42-year-old patient was undergoing anesthesia in an ambulatory surgical center and began having complications prior to the administration of anesthesia. The surgeon immediately discontinued the planned surgery. If the insurance company requires reported modifier, what modifier is reported best describing the extenuating circumstances? Option A 53, option B 23, option C 73, option D 74. So here the right answer will be option C 73. In your CPT book first page you can find modifiers approved for hospital outpatient use. Under that modifier 73 is for discontinued outpatient procedure prior to anesthesia administration. So here you can see the patient was undergoing anesthesia and began having complications prior to the administration of anesthesia and surgeon immediately discontinued the planned surgery. So the right answer will be option C, modifier 73. Modifier 74 is wrong because it is for discontinued outpatient procedure after anesthesia administration and modifier 53 is for discontinued procedure. But we have to append the appropriate modifier for discontinued outpatient procedure prior to anesthesia administration. So modifier 73 will be the right answer. Modifier 23 also will be wrong because it is for unusual anesthesia. Next question. What type of fracture is considered traumatic? Option A, pathologic. Option B, malunion fracture. Option C, stress fracture. Option D, compound fracture. Compound fracture is considered traumatic because a compound fracture has either punctured the skin or exposed the bone, which means it is extremely painful. So the right answer is option D. Next question. Which statement is true about Z codes? Option A, Z codes are never reported as a primary code. Option B, Z codes are only reported with injury codes. Option C, Z codes may be used either as primary or a secondary code. Option D, Z codes are always reported as a secondary code. To find the answer, in your ICD book, check the guidelines under Factors Influencing Health Status and Contact with Health Services Z00 to Z99. There you can see under the guidelines you can find use of Z codes in any healthcare setting. They have mentioned Z codes may be used as either a first listed principal diagnosis or second code depending on the circumstances of the encounter. So the right answer will be option C. Z codes may be used as primary or a secondary code. Next question. True or false? The following coding combination 31526 and 69990 are correct if reported together. Option A true, option B false. So in your CPT book, check the code 31526. Under that you can find do not report 31526 with 69990. So you got your answer. We cannot code 31526 with 69990. So the answer will be false. Next question. What is an example of an injury that would be considered a superficial injury? So which of this injury is considered superficial? Option A blister, option B laceration, option C nerve injury, option D venomous insect bite. The right answer is option A blister, because blister is a small pocket of fluid in the upper skin layers, so it is considered superficial. Laceration is a deep cut, and a nerve injury will also be deep, and venomous insect bite, it will be stinging from the venomous insect. So that is not considered superficial. So right answer is option A. Next question. What surgical status indicator represents the surgical global package for endoscopic procedures without an incision? Option A XXX, option B 010, option C 000, option D 090. So the surgical status indicator for endoscopic, which is a minor procedure, so it will be 000. The right answer is option C. Surgical status indicator 090 is for major surgery. Surgical status indicator 010 is for minor procedure, that is 10-day post-operative period. And the surgical status indicator XXX is for global surgical rules do not apply. It means that the service is truly free of global surgical bundling issues. So the right answer is option C. Next question. The surgical global package applies to services performed in what setting? Option A hospital, option B ambulatory surgical center, option C physician office, option D all of the above. So the right answer is option D all of the above. The surgical global package applies to all of these settings. A pregnant patient presents with the baby in a breech presentation. During the delivery, the doctor attempts to turn the baby while it is still in the uterus. The baby turns out, then immediately resumes its previous position. Can the service be billed? If so, what is the code? So option A, no, since the doctor was unable to successfully turn the baby. Option B, no, this procedure is included in the obstetrical global package. Option C, yes, since the doctor did the work, even though the outcome was unsuccessful, report the procedure with the code 59412. Option D, yes, only billing it with postpartum care 59515. So the right answer is option C. That is, the doctor did the work, even though the outcome was unsuccessful, we have to report the procedure with the code 59412. Next question. The instructions and conventions of classification take precedence over option A physician, option B official coding guidelines, option C CPT, option D they are only used in the event of no other instruction. So the right answer will be option B. That is, the instructions and conventions of the classification take precedence over official coding guidelines. Next question. Which statement is an example in which a diabetes related problem exists and the code for diabetes is never sequenced first? Option A, if the patient has an underdose of insulin due to an insulin pump malfunction. Option B, if the patient is being treated for secondary diabetes. Option C, if the patient is being treated for type 2 diabetes and uses insulin. Option D, if the patient is diabetic with an associated condition. You will find the answer for this in your ICD book, Chapter 4, Endocrine, Nutritional and Metabolic Diseases. In that, check the 5th guideline, underdose of insulin due to insulin pump failure. In that, you can find clinical complication of other specified internal and external prosthetic devices that specifies the type of pump malfunction as the principal first listed code, and additional codes for the type of diabetes mellitus or any associated complications due to underdosing should also be assigned. So here diabetes related problem is existing and code for diabetes is never sequenced first. That is, when there is underdose of insulin, first we will code mechanical complication that specifies type of pump malfunction as the first listed code, and additional code will be for the type of diabetes. So the right answer is option A. Next question. Pathology laboratory tests are completed. How should those additional tests be reported? Option A. All tests are bundled when performed with the panel. Option B. Reporting additional test is upcoding and could flag an audit that always leads to financial penalties. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. The additional test should be reported separately in addition to the panel code. You will find the answer for this in your CPT book, Pathology and Laboratory section, under organ or disease oriented panels. So you'll find the guideline. If one perform tests in addition to those specifically indicated for a particular panel, those tests should be reported separately in addition to the panel code. So the right answer will be option D. The additional test should be reported separately in addition to the panel code. A bronchoscopy is option A. Always a surgical procedure. Option B. Always a diagnostic procedure. Option C. Sometimes performed unilaterally or bilaterally. Option D. Always performed bilaterally. The right answer is option C. Sometimes performed unilaterally or bilaterally, because a bronchoscope is inserted beyond the trachea into the right or left bronchi. So sometimes it will be performed unilaterally or bilaterally. The right answer is option C. Next question. The full description of CPT code 24925 is. Check the code 24925. 24925 is for amputation arm through humerus, secondary closure or scar revision. So the right answer is option C. Next question. According to the CPT manual, ophthalmology services are defined by which of the following terms? So, in your CPT book under medicine section, you have ophthalmology codes. That is, in page number 766, you can find ophthalmology. So under that, you can find the headings: intermediate, comprehensive, special ophthalmological services. So the right answer is option A. That is, you can find the definitions for intermediate, comprehensive and special ophthalmological services. Mark this in your CPT book. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. That's it for today. In the next video, we'll solve some more questions related to coding guidelines. So stay tuned.